friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby and welcome. So guys, in today's video I wanted to catch you guys up on a life update as well as a nursery reveal. I am so sorry for my absence. As you guys know, I am pregnant, so I have been just staying home enjoying my pregnancy, but also I still have been working my part-time job. Sorry about the jets, you can hear them above. I do live on base, so it does happen. I am currently in my living room. I'm on the floor sitting down where I can get the best light just because it's a little in the afternoon. So I'm kind of working with the light that I have. I do have my handy dandy water cup with me. This thing goes with me everywhere. But yeah, as you guys know, I am pregnant. I am having a baby girl. I think I had shared with you guys that on a YouTube post. We are so excited. I am currently 6 months pregnant. I'm currently 24 weeks and I believe 4 or 5 days. I think 5 days. This Sunday I will be 25 weeks. So it is super exciting to think that we are already this far along, but we are. So I sincerely apologize for my absence. I have just been trying to live life and also prepare for the child that we will be bringing into the world. So my life is a little messy right now. As you can tell in the background, I have some cabinet doors open. I have a basket of laundry on the floor. So it's a little chaotic over here, but also it has been a journey. So yeah, I'm 6 months pregnant. I will be having a baby girl. We are doing really good. My husband is really good. My husband is still working. I am still working part-time, but I'm actually going to be going on maternity leave on April. The beginning of April is kind of where I'm ending my leave. So I'm going to be leaving my job. I believe April 13th is my last day at my job. I'm so sad to say goodbye to the job that I do have at Burlington. It has been such a ride. I love that job. Even though it has its days, it's been a really nice job to have since I've been here in Yuma. Fun fact, ever since I've been here in Yuma, that has been my first job and I've had it ever since being here. And I'm actually at the second store that they opened up in my town. So it has been such a joy to continue on with that job. But it is time to put my leave in for maternity leave and say goodbye. I don't think I will be returning back to Burlington after I give birth, just because I do only work a day or two during the week. So it wouldn't make sense to put our daughter into daycare just for 2 days. And also we really haven't talked about that yet. I think what I will be doing is going back to school more than likely when she is here with us and doing like online school. It's still up in the air, but we're in the process of talking about that. But for now, I am going to be leaving my job very soon. So that's kind of where I am with my job. My husband is still working. As you guys know, my husband is in the Marine Corps, so he is still doing, his regular days. And I'm sure when our daughter comes, he will be able to have leave, thankfully. So really excited about that. My due date is July 13th. So I am super excited, but I'm so scared. I am really frightened to give birth, but I am also just trying to prepare myself mentally. My husband has been such an amazing partner through this whole process of being pregnant. He has been there for me when I don't feel good. He's been there to rub my back, be there for me. He fills up my water cup every single night. Like, he has been such an amazing partner. I really am a firm believer in when it comes to choosing the partner you choose to marry and you would like to have kids one day, it's important to think about the person that you're marrying, because this is the person that's going to be supporting you throughout this whole journey of, having your baby in your belly. It is definitely a rough one. Sorry about the jets again. They're gonna be loud. I do live on base, but hopefully you guys can still hear me. I think it's very important to pick a partner that's going to be there for you during those times, because pregnancy is rough. Thankfully, I have had it pretty go easy through my pregnancy. I haven't had it in the way others have. I don't have nausea, or I don't feel nauseous, so I don't feel nauseous throughout the days, and I honestly don't really have morning sickness. As you guys probably know, I think I did share with you guys that I did find out I was pregnant pretty late. I was already around 9 or 10 weeks when I found out I was pregnant, so I found out really late. I'm hoping to share that story with you guys very soon once I'm back on YouTube, but I did want to go ahead and share a video with you guys just because I've been away for so long, and I wanted to catch up with you guys because I miss you guys so much. But yeah, pregnancy for me so far has been pretty easy for the most part. I don't have morning sickness. In fact, when I first found out I was pregnant, I think I had morning sickness for like 2 days. But other than that, I haven't had morning sickness. I did have some headaches throughout my pregnancy, but thankfully with going to the doctor, I did find out that I do have high blood pressure, which is not always fun, but it's important to catch it when you do have it, and thankfully my doctors did catch it, and so I don't have any headaches anymore because I do take medicine daily for my high blood pressure. I've also been restricting myself on certain foods and dieting just to make sure that my high blood pressure doesn't rise throughout the day. So it's really important that I've been trying to stick to a healthier diet, which has been beneficial to me. I'm actually really excited to learn more about my health, just because I wasn't really aware of my health and the situation of my health before being pregnant. But now that I go to see a doctor every single time, or every single month, it's important that I keep up to date with what's going on with my body. So I am taking high blood pressure medicine to help regulate my high blood pressure, trying to eat healthy, and also exercise. So my husband has been there with me to do daily walks. We're struggling on the daily walks, but when I don't go on a daily walk, I do try to exercise or get as much walking in my house. So if that means getting up every single time to fill my water and walking around the house, that's what I try to do just to keep busy. So I have been doing that. Let's see, I have had some back aches throughout this pregnancy, as well as round ligament pain. In fact, I have been having round ligament pain pretty bad the last several weeks, but I think with learning how to sit up a little bit better, my husband actually got some library books about pregnancy, and because of that, he basically read that if you learn to sit up better and have a better posture throughout the day, and also when you're walking, it will help regulate your back pain. And that's actually really true, because I was having really bad back pain because my belly is getting bigger, especially around the top of my belly. It's getting bigger. I have always had like a belly, so I've always been kind of chubby. So that's not really new to me, but the top of my belly is getting bigger, so it's getting like rounder. and it's putting weight on me, and essentially my back is hurting. So if I'm just like kind of hunched over all day, then of course my back is gonna feel worse. But if I'm sitting up with a better posture, and also standing up with a better posture, it does help my back situation. So that has been such a help. But I have been feeling back pain. I do wear a pregnancy belt when I do go to work, just because I'm up and down at my job, and what I do, I scan items, so I'm up and down all the time. So I do wear a pregnancy belt when I do go to work, or if I'm doing like dishes. I have noticed that if I stand in one area of my house and just kind of like am doing one task, it does put a little bit of strain on my back. So if I know I have so many dishes to do, I do wear my pregnancy belt. And if I have to like clean the restroom or something like that, then I'll do it. But my husband has been a great help with that, keeping up with the house. And yeah, I feel like that's really the only major symptoms I've had as far as like pregnancy goes. So back pain, round ligament pain, and I'm trying to think. I have gotten sick throughout this pregnancy like twice, so it has been kind of a whirlwind when it comes to that, because if you're familiar with pregnancy and being sick, then you know that your sickness is prolonged. And unfortunately, I did get sick twice, and they were kind of like back to back, which is super strange. But I did get sick, and that was super uncomfortable because I just felt so unbearable. Like, it was unbearable to lay down, it was unbearable just to be alive, I felt. But thankfully I was able to overcome that sickness, and it was just like a common cold. Nothing super crazy, but thankfully, I was able to monitor my fever and stuff like that, and I got better within a few days, so that's good. I actually switched my doctor to a midwife, so I do see a midwife throughout my pregnancy, and I have the last couple of visits, which has been amazing. If you are someone who is newly pregnant or just found out you're pregnant, and you see a doctor that you don't feel comfortable with, because to be honest, when I first found out I was pregnant and I first had my appointment did not go that great, just because I felt like I had so many concerns with my high blood pressure, and I wanted to have someone that was going to be able to listen to my concerns and all the questions that I had. And the doctor that I did have when I first came to get seen was not very friendly. I just kind of felt like he kind of overlooked my concerns, and so for that reason I did go ahead and make the decision to switch to a midwife. I unfortunately did have to wait for like 2 more appointments just because of my insurance. You have to see the doctor like 2 or 3 times with the insurance that I have. I have TRICARE, so I did have to see him like 2 or 3 more times, but after that I was able to switch to a midwife, which I truly love. She has been amazing through this process. Any questions that my husband and I have, she has been super helpful with answering them. And as soon as I had questions about my high blood pressure or anything like that, she addressed them, and she just made us feel very comfortable when it comes to asking any questions, because when it comes to pregnancy, I feel like there is so much to learn, and honestly, I'm halfway there and I am still learning. I'm still trying to figure out what I need to know. So it's a lot, and it can be very stressful if you don't feel like you have someone that can listen to your concerns or answer your questions. So she has been amazing. So I'm super thankful that we switched over to a midwife. So if you're someone that is going to be expecting, or you just found out you're pregnant, definitely know that you do have the option to switch over to a midwife if you would choose to. They are just more kind, they're more understanding, and honestly, they're just more educational, which I love. And with my midwife, she was awesome. The first appointment that we had with her, she basically just told us, like, hey, I apologize for being late to the appointment. She just wanted to let us know that her appointments run longer because she doesn't just come in to tell you what's going on through the week of your pregnancy. She wants to fully educate you on, what's going to be happening in the coming weeks, as well as how your body is changing, which I love because I'm a person that wants to know information. I love to watch documentaries. I love to be able to learn why I am going through something and kind of like the side effects that will come with it or anything that has to do with it. So just to have her walk us through that process and kind of just like be super open with the changes that will be happening in our lives is super important to me. So really, really happy with that. So yeah, we have a midwife. Super excited. I told you guys my due date, so it is coming up. It is so crazy to think that we're so close, but so far away. We have been preparing for her nursery, so we have been getting that ready. And in today's video, you guys will see her nursery a little bit more than I have shared here on YouTube. If you guys want to keep up to date with me, make sure to follow me on my Instagram, because I do have an Instagram where I post daily, and I kind of like keep you guys up to date with my life, just because it's been hard to sit down and film a video or like just to catch you guys up, because I have been tired. That is like the one thing that I really have experienced this pregnancy is I've been very, very sleepy. So when that happens, I've just been listening to my body as I am growing a baby, and I've just been napping throughout the day and kind of just taking it very easy. But it's actually very hard because before I got pregnant, I thought I would be able to do all the things that I would continue to do, but it's not as easy as it seems. And I give the women that currently have children and that are pregnant the biggest props ever, because it is definitely hard to grow a baby and continue to live your life the way that you did before. It is super, super hard, because if you're very tired, you just don't feel good to go out. There's a lot of symptoms that people have, and thankfully I don't have the severe symptoms that others have. I've been extremely blessed to have a very easy pregnancy for the time being, but it is definitely challenging, and I give props to all the women who have had babies or are pregnant now, because it is definitely a change to life, to your body, to your mindset, and it's definitely different. I will say though, through this whole experience, I feel like I am changing in a way that is definitely different. And I'm so thankful for that, because as we are getting closer to bring our daughter into the world, it is a very scary thing to think about. And it's also very important to think about how we would like to raise her. So with that being said, I feel like I've been changing a lot as far as like my priorities, and also just trying to figure out the core values that I would love to raise her in, and also just really just think about who I am as a person, because I want to be the best for her. I want to be the best for myself. I want to be the best for my husband. So with that being said, this experience has taught me to kind of like grow up and mature in a way that I haven't in the last few years. So what I mean by that is that I am a very kind of like, I don't really know how to explain it, but I'll just say it truly how it is. If I feel wronged in any way, I am the type of person to just cut ties, and I've always been that way. And truthfully, I've just been the type of person where I haven't been very forgiving of others. And as I am about to bring life into the world, it has made me kind of really reevaluate how I am as a person. So I don't want to be that way. I want to be able to give people a second chance. I want to be able to forgive others. I want to be able to have more healing on my heart, as far as like, understanding why people do the things that they do and not just completely judge them for it, because it's definitely different. It's different for me, and it's hard to admit because that's just the type of person I've always been my whole life. So to admit that and then also try to change that is super, super challenging because it's hard. It's very hard to just not be that way anymore. But I don't want to be that person. I want to be very forgiving. I want to believe in second chances. I want to be able to give people the time to explain their situations and things like that. So I've seen myself mature in that way, and it has been very challenging but very beautiful at the same time because it's very different, and I feel like it's gonna lead me into a brighter future, as well as, I don't know, just something better. And like I said, I just want to be better for my daughter. And it's so weird to say that because it's just crazy. It makes me want to cry. But yeah, I've been changing in that way. I've also just been trying to, like I said, prioritize things that are more important to me. So as far as like my faith, I have always struggled with that. But since being pregnant, I have grown closer to God than I ever have. And it's been a beautiful journey. It's still a work in progress, but I thank God every day for our baby and for our daughter. And that has just been a beautiful walk to be on. So I'm super thankful for that. I've also just had a closer relationship with my husband. We have never had a very easy marriage, even though I feel like it may seem like that. We have had it rough during times, but throughout this journey, we have found a change, I feel like, in each other as well as in ourselves. And I feel like it's so different, but also very refreshing, and also like, it's just been better. I don't know how to explain it, but it's been a change in ourselves that we've acknowledged, and also a change in each other that has been really just, I don't know. It's been so different. I don't really even know how to explain it, but it's been there. Sorry, there's like a gnat or something I see. But yeah, we've just been maturing as a couple as well. So with that being said, like I said, being more forgiving, being more understanding, that comes with being more patient, being more open to listening, not talking over, and things like that. So things that we have struggled with, we are doing so much better at. Giving the person time to talk, giving the person time to listen to what they just heard, and to be able to respond correctly in the way that they would want to. So all those little things that you struggle with in a marriage. And since finding out that I have been pregnant, it has definitely changed for us because we are totally different. And my husband has just been amazing. And like I said, it is so important to pick the person that you're going to have a family with, because you don't just want to have a husband that wants a baby. You want a husband that wants to be a father, that wants to be involved, and Steven is just that. So it is such a beautiful thing to witness. So there's that. My cats have been super amazing. They are the cutest things ever. They are actually sleeping on the couch over here. They're so cute. They love her stuff. They always try to smell it. And I honestly think they're gonna be the biggest and greatest brothers ever in the world. So I can't wait for them to meet her. But that is basically my life update. Also, I did want to go ahead and say that when I was talking about prioritizing things, what I meant is that I have never always been good with money. I know I'm kind of like everywhere with this life update, but it's kind of a lot to update you guys on. So I'm trying to remember everything that I have planned to say, but I'm also just keeping it real with you guys because I want this to feel like we're sitting down in front of each other and kind of just having a conversation with how life has been. Like we're catching up. But I have always had a little bit of trouble with handling money. Not really trouble. It hasn't been trouble. I want to say I haven't been always responsible when handling money. And when it comes to that, what I mean is that I would always buy home decor. I would always buy the newest thing that came out in Target. And truthfully, it is a hard thing to admit that you have a shopping problem in that way, and that is something that I really had to understand because I really did. However, I also understand that a lot of that had to do with just trying to keep up the aesthetic of having, you know, a YouTube channel. It is very hard to have a YouTube channel and decorate because it's really hard to continue to inspire if you don't have those things, if you don't have the things that are new. And I struggled with that so much. Now, I wasn't the type of person that got myself into debt or anything like that, never that, but it was just like I always felt like I had to buy. And since being pregnant, I haven't struggled with that. It's been something that I've been super good at as far as like changing, because as we are going to bring our daughter into the world, it was very important to my husband and I to make sure that we prioritize our daughter, as well as reevaluate the way that we spend our money. And that's just not me, it's also him, and the way that, you know, he buys games or he buys electronics and things like that. So it was like super important for us to understand that, okay, we're gonna have a child, so we have to be able to provide for her and her needs, and also be responsible when it comes to dealing with money. So I was struggling in the beginning, but when I found out that I was pregnant, I really took that as a reality check, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a baby, like I'm gonna have to mature. And I'm actually telling you guys this because this is something that I've dealt with personally, and I feel like it's gonna be something that you may deal with as well if you're becoming a new mom, or if you have children already, maybe you also kind of had to deal with this as well. I just feel like it's realistic and it's something that is real when it comes to being a parent or becoming a parent. So yeah, I struggled in the beginning, but since finding out that I was pregnant, I really took the responsible route and understanding that the things that filled my life, those things didn't make me happy. My family makes me happy, my husband makes me happy, my cats make me happy. Being able to have a home, have lights on, have running water, have food in my fridge, those are the things that truly make me happy. That's not to say that home decor didn't make me happy or anything like that, because it truly did, and I still have a love for it. But I also understand that those things are not the things that fill my life with joy, that the things that I have already do. So with that being said, it has been a little bit of a struggle, but also not really at the same time, because since knowing about her, I feel like it's not a struggle because it's either her or this, and it's always going to be her, you know what I mean? So it wasn't really a struggle, but it was more of just an understanding of the fact that I can't spend money like that because we're gonna have a daughter, we're gonna have a baby, and her needs come before ours and our wants. So yeah, Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but it makes like sense in my head. What I mean to say is that it's very hard to keep up with YouTube and continue to buy because it's very easy for us to inspire as well as just share what's coming out. And with that being said, that's something that I struggled with, but I don't struggle with that anymore. In fact, I actually haven't bought any new Easter home decor from Hobby Lobby at all. I actually don't have the urge to go into Hobby Lobby every single week. I don't have the urge to go into Ross, Goodwill like I used to, and that is super important to me because those are things that I struggled with internally. Like I said, I never got myself into debt or anything of that matter, but it became a routine of mine that wasn't healthy. So just acknowledging that and changing that was super big for me, and it is something that I'm proud of. And this also goes for my husband and the way that he spends money too. So, but with that also being said, ever since we found out that we were pregnant, we have been making sure that we are trying to educate ourselves as well as prepare ourselves for a child that we are going to bring into the world. So that means, making sure that we are trying to read up on things that we need to know about, ask our midwife any questions that we may have, keep up to date with my health, as well as keep up with my health, making sure that I'm hydrating, making sure that I'm taking my medicine, making sure that I am eating better. So that is important. It's also important to make sure that we are good mentally as well as emotionally as individuals, as well as a married couple, because when we bring her into this world, it's important that we are one and that we remain as one, and that we understand that the changes that are going to happen are going to be real, but we can accomplish them together. So we've also understand that we are understanding that we need to evaluate the way that we spend money, and those are great things. So that is a super long life update, and I'm sure this video is going to be super long. But I feel like it's needed because I miss you guys so much, and I hope that you guys are doing well. I am doing well. I actually have a very busy day. I'm filming this in the afternoon. I have a pickup for my small business. I plan to go to Walmart today because I have to buy a new carpet cleaner because I'm going to be cleaning some things that I thrifted secondhand, so I need a portable one. So I'm going to be going to Walmart today to buy a new one because I do have an old one, but it's just not in it's not in the best condition. So I am going to go look at a new one, and I've just been, hanging around, doing life, and also being pregnant. So it's been a lot, but it has been the greatest journey I have ever been on. And it's also been the most beautiful one as well. So try not to cry because it just makes me so happy, and I feel so blessed on where my life is at right now. But I love you guys so much, and I hope that you guys are doing well. Sorry, I'm trying to control my emotions because just thinking about this makes me super happy and sad at the same time. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's life update as well as her nursery reveal. Okay friends, welcome into her nursery. So I wanted to give you guys a tour of how it's looking so far. Sorry about the lighting situation in here. It is a work in progress. I actually need to get the maintenance over here to change out the light. So I'm working with the lamp, but I wanted to give you guys a tour of her nursery so far as we have been working on it. It is a work in progress, but I wanted to try to bring you guys along the journey as much as I can. Even though we have been working on this ever since we found out we were pregnant. So it is a lot that has happened, but I wanted to try to keep you guys up to date as much as I could. This is our guest room, so it is turning into her nursery, as well as my husband does play in here for the time being, but we are going to try to see how that works out because we don't know if it's going to work out well, and he may be kicked out permanently. So it is a work in progress. Half of the room is his stuff, so I won't be showing you that half of the room today just because it's so dirty. Well, not dirty, unorganized, and it's gonna ruin today's video because her side is so cute. So this is how it's looking so far. We have a closet on the right of the door. And we have some boxes stacked up with diapers that we have been saving for her. We have so much other stuff inside of the closet. I just didn't want it to look very cluttered. So we have more diapers and wipes inside of the closet to the right. We did go ahead and build this shelf right here, which is essentially a bookshelf from Target. I saw many people do this online, and I thought it was a really good idea because we actually don't have a lot of space here. And the guest room, this closet right here is filled with all of her stuff, like Pampers and stuff like that, and also my husband's military equipment. So we are very limited on space. So I saw that someone on TikTok, or multiple people actually, put this together and made like a mini closet. I thought it would be a good idea, so we did go ahead and put this together. It is so cute, but also great for organizing. I did go ahead and pick up those bins from Hobby Lobby. The scalloped looking bins at the top right here, those ones are from Hobby Lobby. These middle row ones, I actually thrifted those bins at a thrift store. So these ones are thrifted. These are gonna hold miscellaneous things like her bows and things like that. This is gonna hold more of like the wipes, bibs, and then more Pampers down here. And then the top is supposed to be like a little closet. So I will be hanging some of her wardrobe up. Obviously, this is not ideal for all of her clothes, which we did understand. So we did go ahead and purchase a dresser for that reason. But I thought it would be cute to be able to hang some of her cuter items up, or I could also hang up the items that I would like to use weekly. Obviously, I don't know if that's gonna work. It's just something that we put together and I love it so far. So far it's gonna work for us. But this is how it is coming along. You can actually customize how you want the shelving to be, which I do love. And I did customize it to this way just because I know essentially what I will be putting inside of the baskets, and that's kind of like why we set it up this way. But you can customize it to however you would like. If you wanted to do clothes and then clothes at the bottom, you definitely could have. The rod I did go ahead and get from Walmart. That is just like a simple tension rod that I went ahead and put up. It is great for her clothes so far, so I'm glad that it's working out great. I've had her clothes up on there for some time now and nothing has fell, so it's been great so far. Over here I have this cute little trinket heart shelf that I did thrift. It is so cute. I thought it would be cute so that when she gets older and she's picking up rocks or things that are important to her, she could keep on this shelf. And then for the time being, I'm sure I'll add some little things on there, but for now that's kind of where I put it. I did thrift this cute little mom sign from the thrift store. Sorry guys, I am so out of breath. I'm 6 months pregnant. But it's so cute. It just says mom. It's a vintage little frame. It says, God chose you for me and I'm glad he made such a good choice. I don't know, maybe I'm just super excited to be a mom, but I just thought it was cute for her room. So I did go ahead and hang that up for now. Over here is her window. And I wanted her bedroom to be Beatrix Potter theme. So it is going to be very colorful, but also very light in color, not a lot of dark colors. I went ahead and thrifted these curtains from Facebook Marketplace, which I'm really happy about because I was kind of hesitant on what to add here. I didn't want to add something that was super mature for a baby, but I also wanted it to be very romantic, very beautiful, and I think these curtains do just that, especially with the Beatrix Potter theme. It is just so beautiful. I love the fabric on it, and it's just really delicate and girly, and I think it was perfect. I believe I paid like $15 to $20 on the curtains, so they were very inexpensive. My husband put the curtain rod up. I think I may be replacing the curtain rod for something lighter, or I will be spray painting it to like gold, just to match the room a little bit better. It's a little too dark, but it'll work for now. Those are things that are not necessary for her arrival, but those are things that I would like to do in the future. We do have her crib right here. So this is her beautiful wooden crib we did get off of Facebook Marketplace. We bought this crib for only $80, which is a really good deal. It is a great little crib, and it can also turn into a toddler bed, which is really nice. We wanted something that we could be able to use when she gets older as well. So I was so happy to have found this on Facebook Marketplace, and it was gently used. It's in really good condition. I know that when we found out we were pregnant, we really wanted to try to find as much as we could secondhand, just because baby items are very expensive. So when we found this, we like hopped on the offer really quickly, and thankfully, we did go ahead and get it for the $80 that they were selling it for. And yeah, we did put the crib up around 12 weeks, just because I wanted my cats to be aware that her arrival will be coming, and I want them to understand, and I want them to kind of know that, you know, she'll be coming. So the reason we have a lot of her items up already is because I just want them to be aware of her surroundings. It's important that, you know, we try to make them as aware as they can be, even though they're pets. Well, they're my babies, but they are pets. So it's important that we just, you know, try to make them as aware as we can be, so that they understand that she'll be coming. So they are very aware that her items are here. They've been sniffing, smelling her items, and sometimes they do try to jump on it, but you know, we're trying to teach them that it's not okay to do that. So they've been pretty good about staying away from her items as far as like getting on top of them. So that has been good. But it's a work in progress. But yeah, we love this crib. It's so cute. I went ahead and added this cute little cloth organizer that I actually got from Temu. It is so beautiful. I thought this would be cute just to put like a little toy rabbit in here, just for like styling, obviously not for like use. This blanket right here is a thrifted blanket that I got from the thrift store. I absolutely love, so I am excited because I actually thrifted this blanket before she was known about. Because as you guys know, we have been wanting to start a family for some time. So some of the items that I do have are pieces that I had before we knew about her. So we do have a mattress, and it is in great condition. And I do have a crib cover for it. I need to wash it and get it ready for her. These pillows are just here for styling. Obviously, when she makes her arrival, they will not be in the crib with her. We are trying to be as responsible as we can when it comes to learning crib safety and things of that nature, especially when it comes to them sleeping in the bassinet. So I understand that these cannot be there when she's here. This is just merely for styling. But I got them because I thought they were really cute. I also thought it would be great for her to use when she gets older. Because we did go ahead and get this bookshelf. It's actually a dollhouse. I got it on Facebook Marketplace for $5. I was so shocked to find it, but my friend did help me get it because it was too big to fit in my car. So she was super sweet to help me travel this all the way back home. So I got this cute little dollhouse that we will be turning into a bookshelf until she is older. And then obviously when she's older, we will customize it to a dollhouse for her. But it's just a beautiful piece. It does need a little bit of touch up on the paint, but that's to come later. Um, but I got the pillows because I thought it would be great for her to just sit around her dollhouse or bookshelf and just sit around it. I think it would be cute. And those pillows were from Target and they were only $5. But I love the dollhouse. It's a beautiful piece that we have added to her room, and I cannot wait to fill it with all of the books that we plan to find for her. My husband and I have been getting books for her. So I've been thrifting all of her books. My husband has been buying brand new books just because he's not a thrifter. He doesn't go out thrifting. He doesn't do that. But he does go to the grocery store. He does go out to the store. So when he does go, he does come back with a new book, and it's so fun because it's like, what are we going to read her today? You know what I mean? And we've been reading to her almost every night, so it has been so fun and exciting. But that is going to be her bookshelf, and for now it is empty. Everything in here looks pretty empty because I wanted you guys to kind of see how everything is looking without items. I will be making separate videos of styling the bookshelf, styling her dresser, and putting things away. I just wanted to kind of catch you guys up because I haven't been able to do that yet. So yeah, that is her bookshelf for now. And then over here to my left, we have her little diaper stand. This is going to help just organize her diapers, her wipes, bath time essentials, and things like that that we will need for her, because to my left we do have her dresser. This dresser is one that we got on Amazon. It is so cute. It's just like a wooden dresser, and it fits pretty well with her room. So as you can tell, it does match with her crib. I love it because it kind of gives off that neutral boho look, similar to that. It's really pretty, and it was fairly inexpensive. I think we paid like $200 for it. It is a 6-piece dress drawer set, so it does have 6 drawers. So this is going to be where all of her clothes are going to be stationed at. So right now her clothes are actually in the dressers. Let me see. They're in the dressers. She has so much clothes, like it is full. So all of her clothes are in there for now, and we still have more clothes in the closet. So this is just like the clothes that she'll need like the first few months, like 0 to 3, 3 to 6. And then we do have bigger sizes that I have been thrifting. Most of her clothes has been thrifted, so that's been super exciting. But on top of her dresser, I do have this beautiful rattan lamp that I did get from Target. I got it, I want to say, after Christmas. So I think it was in January, I believe I got it. I had asked you guys on my Instagram if you think I should get it. It was very expensive, to be honest. It was one of those things where it wasn't really necessary to buy, but I knew it would be perfect for her nursery. And I had asked you guys on my Instagram, and a lot of you guys had said yes to get it for her. So I did go ahead and get it for her. Oh, my husband did. He actually bought it for her. But it was just a beautiful piece that I knew I wanted to have in her room. So my husband did go ahead and purchase that for her. Obviously, mostly everything he purchased. But yeah, I'm really excited about that lamp. It's so cute. It's very subtle as well. As you can tell, it's not very bright in here, which is another reason why I wanted to get it, because I knew that I didn't want it to be super bright, because during the day it is bright. But during the evening, afternoon time, like around this time, it's very soft lighting. and I love that. It does have a plug, which we will actually be stuffing the plug back inside the lamp. And I'm actually going to be adding a rechargeable bulb for safety for baby. Obviously, that's to come. It doesn't have to be changed out now, but it's just something that would give me more peace of mind and my husband peace of mind. So we're going to be doing that. On top of her dresser, I have this cute little bunny that I got from Hobby Lobby because we are doing the Beatrix Potter theme. So her room is going to be filled with color and just a bunch of like Beatrix Potter things. Like you'll see geese, you'll see tulips, you'll see random things like that. So I am really excited to show you guys the progress that we have made slowly. And then on top of her dresser, we do have this beautiful changing pad. This is a Moses basket. I actually thrifted this for like $8. I thrifted it, I want to say maybe in January or late December. I can't remember exactly, but I did thrift it. It was super inexpensive. It was in great condition. So I am really excited about that. I do need to go ahead and clean out the changing pad. You can see a little bit of my cat's little hairs because they try to jump on here. So I am still in the process of trying to train them not to jump on there. It's a little bit of a work in progress, but we're going to get there. So yeah, I need to clean that very well. I am actually going to be using my portable carpet cleaner to see if I can get out any of the little stains that they have right here. I haven't taken the time to do so yet. And then if for whatever reason I'm not able to, I could just purchase another pad. I did see them online and they're pretty inexpensive. So because this will be her changing area on top of her dresser, it only made sense to create that little space right there for her wipies and diapers, which hopefully it will work out well. Obviously, I am going to be a new mom, so this is going to be a work in progress. We are going to see what is going to work for us. You know, what may work for us may not work for others, and what works for others may not work for us. So I am just trying to give myself that understanding that this is going to be all new to us, and you know, once she is here, we'll be able to figure out if this works for us. So it is a work in progress. Above this area, I have this cute little shelf that I actually was gifted from one of my customers from my small business, and I really loved it. And I'm using it for her room. It's so cute. On top of the shelf, I just have the letter that I wrote my husband when I found out that I was pregnant. And that's the letter that I gave him. I have those cute little booties, which was also in the basket when I told him I was pregnant. I have this cute little tulip set on top. And then this is going to be, I believe, her going home outfit. I haven't decided, but I wanted something very simple and just very delicate and not super flashy, just because her presence alone is already going to be so beautiful for us. So my friend actually bought this for us. My friend Callie, she is so sweet. She has actually been such an amazing person through this experience. She has helped me so much with guidance. She has bought so much for our baby girl. This is like the least she has done for us. She has done so much more, and we are so thankful for her. We cannot thank her enough, and I'm just so thankful for her friendship. She has been such an amazing person that I can lean on during this time, and it's nice to be able to have that because I don't really have that support from like my close family and friends. So it's really nice. But I just love this piece, and I have it hung here for now. And then I did go ahead and thrift these cute little heart mirrors from a small business. They do have to be clean, so don't mind that. But they're just so cute and simple. But this is her area right here where her changing pad is, her dresser where her clothes will be stored, her diaper station, her bookshelf. I am planning to do a gallery wall above her bookshelf, so that is to come. But this is how her nursery is looking. It is still a work in progress. We still have so much to do, but we are on the right track and making sure that we are being responsible and making sure that we are um, giving ourselves time to, grow as a couple. And also, we are just trying to prepare as much as we can for her arrival. And we're just so thankful to God to be able to be blessed with this beautiful blessing. And we are so privileged to be able to put this room together. Every day that we are able to step in here and pray over her stuff and look at her items is a day that we are just so grateful for. So we're just so happy. I know that I talked forever and I kind of rambled a lot through this video, but I really wanted to give you guys a reveal of her nursery. And then we also have like other things. We have the bouncer. We have a mama room. Is that what it's called? We have that in our living room. And then we have her bassinet in our bedroom because she will be living in our bedroom, obviously, like the first few months. And we also have like a diaper station in there as well. So that's all to come. I will update you guys on everything when it comes to that. But I did want to go ahead and just update you on these little bit of pieces that we have been working on. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up as it really helps out my channel. And I will see you guys in the next one.